Welcome to this demo of Julia, our AI website responder and lead qualifier. I'll show you Julia on our own website, globalstudy.com. Imagine this is your school's website. The principles are the same in terms of how it works. So I come down here and I can see the little icon, which I click on, and then I can engage with Julia. I just type in I get a greeting, and then I type in my question here. And then I get an answer like this one here. I'm just asking about Julia, one of the products that is on the globalstudy.com website. And I get this response here. And I can just carry on typing in my questions and getting my answers. So that's how it works as far as the user goes. Very straightforward. The difference is the amount of information that the AI has to work with. Typically, we would extract all the data from your school's website. Could be thousands of pages, and then add a lot more data. I'll get into that more in a minute. But the point is this is not like a conventional chatbot. Julia can answer literally hundreds and hundreds of questions. Now we'll go to the Julia dashboard. So this is something that you as a subscriber would have access to. And if I come in here, I start at AI customization. If I click on that, this is what I would see. And this is where I would enter I've got Global Study. You put in your university's name. The primary URL page or website where Julia will be deployed, you put in here. So your school's website. The name of the AI assistant. So if you don't want to call it Julia, if you have a school mascot or something like that, then you can put that information in here. Julia's demeanor. Here I've got friendly and helpful. And then the purpose, answer questions, qualify leads. So I put in here what I want to put in here. And I can do that as a subscriber. We don't need to do it for you. If I then come down to AI configuration, and I'm starting with the memory bank here, this is where I add the data that will be the source of information for Julia. All I have to do is click this plus sign here to extract data from your entire website. That's something that you would have to ask us to do. I have the login authority that allows me to extract data from an entire website, but you won't have that as a subscriber. Only we can do that for you. It's a bit more involved than adding other types of data. You can yourself, though. You can add individual URL pages. You can add documents. So, for example, your frequently asked questions with the answers that you want. You can add PDFs. There's a whole range of things that you can add in here yourself. Next, I come to the widget playground. This is where I can type in questions and see what the answers are before I actually put Julia onto my website. So I can test and see what answers I'm getting. If I get an answer I'm not really happy with, then there are instructions I can give the AI or data that I can add into the memory bank so that I am getting an optimal response. And that's something we help you with when we do the testing. The other thing I can do in the widget playground setting is write the message that I have. So if I'm on the globalstudy.com website, the message just above the icon is, "Hi, how can I help you?" And then if someone clicks on the icon here, you can make the first thing that they see whatever you want it to be. In our case, it's "very nice to meet you." And then you would just save those changes once you put them in. Test conversations. So those conversations I tested in my widget playground, I would just click on here, whichever test conversation it was, and I can review that particular one. That just saves me having to go comb through the widget playground. I can actually identify conversations. So I did one on June 11th. I did one on May 21st. So that at a click, I can come up with whichever conversation I want to review. Now, next I'll come to lead management and lead qualifier questions. So let's say a visitor comes to my website and I want the AI to ask the visitor questions, which I can use to qualify them. So in our case, do you currently use AI to help your team manage students? In your case, it could be, what's your budget, or when do you want to start? What do you want to study? Whatever it might be, whatever you consider to be your lead qualification questions. And you can tell the AI what answer you're looking for. So sometimes any answer will be considered valid. Sometimes you want a yes, whatever it might be, because the AI will use this information to provide what's called a lead score, which I'll cover in a second. And here, one thing I've put in is after asking 3 questions, I want the AI to ask the visitor for their contact details. And if those contact details are provided, they will show up in here where it says leads. And this lead score here, what this depends on is you've given the AI your questions, you've told it what answers are optimal, and it will tell you, let's say there was 4 lead qualification questions and 3 were answered the way you want, you'll get a lead score that reflects that. So back to AI configuration. Conversations up here. Once you put the AI onto your website, all conversations that happen will be delivered into this conversations area. So once Julia is live on your website, all the conversations that happen will automatically come into here, and you'll be able to review them, see what's happening, and if you want, you'll also be able to download them Finally, coming to user settings, this is where you, if you're a manager, you can add other users and you have control over what status they have, but it gives those users access to the Julia dashboard. Finally, if I come back to AI configuration and AI embed code, adding the product to your website is very simple. You just copy the code and then your website person or team member puts that code onto your website and away you go. And you can remove it very easily as well. So that shows you how Julia operates both on your website and what you as a subscriber can do in your dashboard. Of course, if you have any questions, just email me, cal@global.study. Thank you.